Welcome back.
Bamboozled!
Oh, God. Didn't expect to get bamboozled this early in the show. Welcome back to the Warriors Den, everybody. Roman is here with me. Damien's still on vacation.
Yeah.
He's really.
It's also vacation for us then.
For who?
For us, if he's not here.
Oh, it's a vacation from Damien, that's true. He's doing the French thing where he takes all of August off. He's earned it, I guess. But we don't have a very long show today. We've got some things we want to talk about for sure. But it's, the new season has just launched. So there's some information for us to share, but we're going to do a lot of community clips because there's a lot of great ones this week with the new characters and all that. But don't expect, a cavalcade of news and information because we've done that for the last 3 weeks. We don't have a big bunch of news for you this week, like new reveals. We're not revealing Season 4 characters today, is what I'm saying. But let's get into what we do have. So this past weekend was our first ever free weekend. How do you feel like it went?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was amazing, actually.
I was really happy on the community side. The community really kind of came together to make it a welcoming place for people. The mods on Reddit did a contest to encourage people to build tutorials, guides, and they did it. So I wanted to read this one comment that I saw from Reddit user Shino Luigi, which is a great name the more I think about it. Amazing community, guys. I know people are going to comment things like, oh, just play more and we'll see. But guys, I feel this is the first time I've entered a game as a damn noob. And people were very interested in helping me out, getting the details on how to play better. Even if they wrecked me hard, they will say good tips like, look out for your stamina, try to evade and block attacks. Even someone had time to explain to me tricks for the Nobushi. You guys are amazing. I know it's not everyone, but keep it up. I was just gonna try this game and now I already bought it. So that means the world to me as a community developer, and I really thank everybody in the community for really stepping up and making it a cool place for all these new people coming in, playing for free over the free weekend. And I think people like that saw how cool the community is and maybe decided to stick around. So thank you.
Oh, it was really successful.
Yeah.
So that's good.
For sure. The other thing that recapped this past weekend was our Hero Series, our first ever Hero Series, as we call it. It was over the weekend. You may have seen it. It was like a 12-hour stream. It was a long day. We were both there.
And it started early.
Started really early. It was a long, long day. But yes, obviously we've seen discussion about this. There was some unfortunate negative discussion coming out of it. So we thought we'd just talk about it very quickly. I know the big topic was the use of unlocking.
Yeah, so a couple of things on that. First, unlocking is in the game.
It is.
And there's a lot of moves, or there was a lot of moves that you could perform unlocked. And those guys were playing to actually win the game and win the money. So it's quite difficult to forbid all of those moves and actually enforce that policy, not only in the qualifier, but also after that on staging, this kind of thing. So I prefer to say it's in the game, so you can actually use it and know it's more our issue to fix it.
He's not saying it's in the game because we want the game. It was unintended.
It's a bug,
but it is
in the
game.
game.
So it's on us. It's on us to fix it as we have.
Exactly. It's more our problem to fix than the problematic of the player to not use it, etc. And as you might have noticed, before the Hero Series, we fixed a bunch of them. In the previous patch, we also fixed a lot of them.
Yep.
We are committed to fix them as fast as we can, as fast as we find them, as fast as we have fixed for them, we deploy them. It's not intended, and we don't want that into the game. But on the other hand, we can't really punish people for actually using those ones.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's for some context too. There's a bit of a tradition there too in fighting game tournaments. It's that philosophy of what's in the game are your tools available to you to win. Yeah. If it's in the build that day and you're not explicitly like either banning a full character like we had to do the 1 week for the Raider. It gets really hairy when you have to have admins like keep an eye on very specific moves that are frankly kind of hard to actually even notice what it is if you're not well versed in For Honor. So that's where we landed on that.
Anyway, it's bugs.
Yeah.
We are committed to fix them, as you might have noticed in the latest patches, and it's going to continue.
What kind of What kind of bummed me out was there was sort of a bit of like almost a witch hunt against our man Alan Akin, who the narrative that got out was, oh, this guy won by cheating. He won because he was really fucking good.
And he had the same tools than all the other players
Right.
out there that day. They all had the same tools, had access to the same build, same characters, same techniques, and he actually won.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I saw him just after his victory, and he was quite tense. It was really intense for him as it was intense for all the other competitors. So he did a good job.
Yep.
He won that tournament. Now, as of today, could he have used the same technique he used last Saturday to win that tournament? Some are yet not available in the game. Others are still there, and we're still continuing to fix them.
Cool. But yeah, if you're wondering, look back in any of our patch notes.
But he did a really good job, so
yeah.
I want to congratulate him again.
Yeah, he did. He did. So don't go after the players that were in the Hero Series. They weren't there by a fluke. They're all very good at the game. I know that watching it sometimes, I saw the chat during it, like a lot of comments, but if you took them on one-on-one, you might find out that they're a lot better than you were assuming they are. So yes, okay, that was the Hero Series, and I thank everyone for watching. I mean, it was actually quite a big success for us. So we're talking now. What will we do next? We'll let you know if we do another one this season or not. So stay tuned, perhaps. Okay, but another thing that we actually haven't recapped because we were in all this new information mode about Season 3 and Roman was on vacation, Damon was on vacation, was our last PTS. So we did a public test 3 weeks ago now, I think, 3 or 4, 3, where we tested the defensive meta changes as well as some tournament stuff. And we didn't actually kind of debrief you on what we felt went well or not so well in the defensive meta side of things. So Roman thought it'd be cool to do that today.
Yep.
I agree.
So just one thing before starting on that one. What's next? So like I said before, the goal of that PTS was to test a bunch of changes to the fight system. It was never to say, hey, those are the changes, and that's going directly into the game. It has always been the idea of testing it, collect feedback, collect data, and improve from that, do another one, etc. So the next step is, yes, there is going to be a new PTS, a new public test environment with an improved version of that's addressing a lot of the feedback and comment that we received, and also that's improving a lot of things that we see. No update at the moment, but in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, early September, we have a new community workshops.
Yep.
With, again, some of you guys coming here to test things for the next season, and also they will test a new build of those improvements.
Cool.
So what's the feedback? So basically, the way we gathered that feedback, we had 3 different channels of gathering. We had first a big survey that we sent to everybody that participated into the PTS, and we got a lot of answers. So that was massive data to debrief. We also received really detailed feedback from a lot of players, whether it was on Reddit or directly to us. Like, for example, Barras did an amazing job of compiling those feedback. I received a lot of feedback from Sophie Face, also, etc. True Talent actually told to me during the Euro series, give me a lot of interesting feedback. So anyway, a lot of you guys, sorry if I forgot some of you, a lot of you guys gave us directly their feedback. So that was also really interesting. And we looked at a lot of metrics and things that we monitor on our side around win, loss, what type of move were used, etc. So we had a shit ton of stuff to debrief. And okay, what did we find? What did we find on that? So the first thing, it's overall, so that's the survey that I'm watching. That's overall report on all of those feedback. I'm sorry, I didn't have time to transfer that into a clean PowerPoint for you to see. So I'm just gonna tell you it. So overall, it was perceived as an overall as a good improvement on the fight system. That was the overall perception of that PTS. There are some elements that are not working or that needs huge change, but the feedback was it's the good direction. and it was making the game slightly faster and slightly less defensive. So hey, that's cool. We're going into the correct direction. So, what are the main topics? What are the main learnings? So, no guard break guarantee after a successful parry was appreciated. That's one of the big things that stand out. Like it got extremely really high level of extremely satisfied in the survey. It was something really interesting. The one thing that was polarizing was the fact that parrying a light and parrying a heavy attack was giving the same reward. So that was something that was meh. So that's something that we will work on, trying to find some better reward when you're parrying a light attack, but not getting to the guarantee guard break for sure. We're not going back to this one. Changes to stamina were well perceived. Also, that was more than a lot of the feedback we received was it was a positive thing, and that's cool. So we're going to continue in that direction. The important elements were first that we need to improve on that. It's too easy to escape by choosing some mechanics to escape when you're out of stamina. Just unlocking and moving backward, you're not moving as slow as you should, but also by choosing the glide unlock switch stance mechanic. So those are things that we will definitely improve. Another element that was not was not being able to parry when you're out of stamina. So that's on me, that's a big mistake. I think it would create some interesting element. Actually, it was doing the invert. By reducing those opportunities, it was reducing the ability of the attacker to actually trick the defender that was out of stamina into doing something wrong.
Right.
So that's definitely something that we will put back into the game, the ability to parry when you're out of stamina, or the ability to parry against somebody that is doing revenge. But then I think we're gonna maybe try some special stuff when you're doing a parry out of stamina. Either it's not as good parry, or it gives you some specific stuff like full stamina or things like that. We're gonna make some tests on how does the parry behave when you're out of stamina.
Cool.
And of course, yes, there's a lot of tweakings that we want to do on how much stamina, what is removed when you get parried, and this kind of thing. Changes to guard break. So the fact that when you're attacking, you're much less vulnerable to guard break. That was widely appreciated. So we're gonna keep this one. What we want to improve also is the mechanic between feint and guard break. So that's something we'll look at to make feint more vulnerable to guard break, to have attack almost not vulnerable to guard break like it was in the PTS, and have feint much more open to guard break. So that's something that we'll be looking at. Removal of the input buffer on the zone attack to prevent flicker, that was really liked. And what was interesting is that on our side, in terms of data, we looked at how well people performed the zone attack, whether they were on keyboard, of course, but also for the people that were using controller and what type of control they were using. And overall, it was great. So that's definitely something that's going to go into the game as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Not in the next patch, but we're looking to put it, to give it, to release it live during this season.
Yeah, people were wondering why that wasn't in at Season 3 launch.
So the issue is by removing that buffer, so that was not really noticed by a lot of people in the PTS, but by removing that buffer, it actually creates some issues in the connection, in the fight logic of some characters. So we need to make adjustments in the fight logic to not break other strategy or other elements in the game. So that's why it requires a little bit of time and testing, but
Cool.
that's coming in during that season. No hard date at the moment. So, no, chip damage. So overall, people like the chip damage, but everybody was like, hey, chip damage is not enough, it's not removing enough life, we need a higher value of chip damage. And also it's the fact that chip damage is not killing, and there is the regeneration of health in critical, etc. All of that was in the feedback and was not really well perceived. So what we are looking at is two things. First, we will test to remove the critical health regeneration when you're in fight. that's for sure. That's going into the next build. So that's something that
The next test build.
the next test build. That's something that we're already confident with it and we feel good. On the amount of chip damage, there is one thing to take into consideration is that inter-block, so blocking a light attack in that build was not doing chip damage. So currently we're looking at whether overall increase the chip damage level or actually activate chip damage on all type of block. It can be one or the other. We are not sold on this one, so we'll continue. But definitely, we want to make chip damage more threatening into the game, and we think that's a good direction, and that's the feedback we received.
Cool.
The changes to Revenge were well perceived. Some of those were actually in the patch of that season, so we're gonna continue with that. The fact that an attack in Revenge state were unparable was disliked, and like I said, it was not actually a good thing to do. We will remove that. And what else do we have in that? What else do I forget? So overall, that's the feedback we receive on the PTS, and that's the type of change we will be doing. One thing also that we are looking at is the behavior of stamina when you're defending. Do you lose enough stamina or not? That's something that we will be taking a look at. One thing that was interesting is the perception of impact on the balancing of the character. And what's funny is we looked at the Dominion win rate and the kill death ratio of each character on PTS, and we looked at the perception. So there in one of the survey there was a question around how do you think compared to live, how much weaker or stronger are each heroes. And so if we look at, for example, the Centurion, win rate ratio was 52% on the PTS, but people gave him a 4.4 out of 5 in terms of perceived increase of power. So people were feeling that the Centurion was much stronger, whereas it's 52% is roughly what he has currently in live. Whereas character, something like Conqueror, people were feeling it's much more powerful than in live, where actually its win-loss ratio was only 45%. And on the other end, a character like the Kensei, that has his win-loss ratio on the PTS at 57%. So for sure, that's much bigger than what we have currently on live. His power perception was actually really low. People were feeling that he was weaker on the PTS that is currently on live work. And so that was also interesting because that means that on our side, not only in terms of balancing, yes, we have things to do, but also that means that it requires more time because when there is that type of divergence, that means that player did not get the full grasp of all the modification. So that's why we're gonna do another round of PTS on that end.
One question I've seen related to that, because of previous discussions we've had on the show, people are wondering, while the team is doing another round of defensive meta, we're going to do another PTS, will there be regular balance changes during the season as well?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, we'll continue to do regular balance, a little bit less because there are hard at work also on those changes, and making those changes takes a lot of time because there's also specific balancing for
implications,
for the PTS.
Right.
But yes, we'll continue to do balancing during that season. For sure.
Very cool. Okay, good recap, Roman.
Thank you. I hope it was clear. If you have more questions or if some elements were not clear,
Yes.
ask the guy who will follow to or
Yes.
if you follow me on Twitter, ask me directly.
Send them my way. So, Season 3, as I mentioned, just launched on Tuesday. Seems to be going pretty well so far. Things are pretty positive over in the old For Honor community, which, again, I appreciate everyone's positivity lately. It's a nice change of pace from where we were last season. So, it's live now. If you don't have the Season Pass, you will be able to get those heroes next Tuesday for 15,000 steel each. If you have a Season Pass, you've got the heroes. It's
Can you do again the season patch salesman speech that you did,
I did
during
during the Hero
during the
Series?
whole day in Hero Series? That was hilarious.
Season Pass gets you 2 weeks early. Gets you 1 week early access to the two new heroes in the season every season. It also gets you 30 days champion status, in addition to some other cool bonuses. Check out the Season Pass now for For Honor.
You know, you could be a radio host doing the live advertising.
Oh man. So some people noticed I was around the Reddit this morning. I found myself with about an hour or so to answer some questions and send things around to the team that I saw. So I just wanted to address a few of those. The smoke emote that you currently have for the Highlander and the Gladiator is cool. It's actually more of a cinder. I don't know why we called it smoke. It's more of a cinder, Dark Souls-y type thing. It's awesome. And I've had people asking about that. It is not exclusive to the Season Pass. We're actually going to be releasing that emote for all heroes. I won't tell you when, but it's soon. So that's coming for all heroes.
Season Pass have an early access.
Exactly. But for all heroes, not just the Highlander and the Gladiator. Okay, this was another big one. So our audio team, who are awesome, did a big pass this season on a lot of audio stuff in the game. One of those happened to be changing the Conqueror's beloved rah, rah, rah. And yes, we heard you loud and clear. And as I said on Reddit, I went over to our audio director's desk to mention it to him. And as I was walking, I hadn't even said anything. He's like, "This is about the Raw, isn't it?" And I was like, I didn't even answer. He's like, yeah, we're already fixing it. So I just turned around, went back to my desk. So our devs are always on the Reddit as well, and they see these things. So props to them for being on point. So that's being reverted back. I don't have a timeline for you, but they're looking at that. I know that there are other characters that were changed, so I don't have specifics on what other characters they might change back, but our audio guys love the community. They especially love the community when you have feedback on audio, whether it's positive or negative, they like to hear it. So anytime you want to share that feedback, please do, because they're there waiting for it.
They're craving for feedback.
Absolutely.
They're always sad that nobody talks about it.
So yes, props to them. They're fixing that. Okay, you mentioned the flicker fix already. The other was this is a big one, was the Highlander's guard break. Team's already looking into that. It's just a bug, the guard break.
Yeah, something we missed.
Yeah. All the details are online. Basically, you couldn't really punish after you do the guard break with the Highlander. But the
Not intended.
Yeah, team's on it. Team's on it. So calm down. Stop yelling at me about the Highlander. How are you feeling about the new season? I didn't even ask.
Yeah, I feel great. First, I love the new character.
Yeah.
And I love the new maps. But it's really good to see that we're also improving on our side. Like, yes, definitely there's issues. I see at least issues in terms of balancing on the Gladiator, on the Highlander, and things that we want to improve. But I think it's much better than where we were. So I want to thank, like I did already, everybody that helped us during the development of that season.
Yep.
To improve the way we were doing stuff and the way we are balancing and doing things in the team. And also I want to thank a lot everybody in the teams, because they learn a lot and they are getting also better at what they're doing. Or they are getting better at telling me to shut the fuck up and let them do their job.
Get out of my life.
So no, overall I feel great, and I hope it will continue.
Yeah, we had our art director Christian on last week, and we kind of talked about that too. As we're progressing with developing the game, people are really getting better at what they're doing, whether it's in fight or art or map design, level design, that sort of thing. Like, everyone is really stepping up their game and evolving kind of each season, which is really cool to see. So yeah. Cool. I had a few questions that I thought you could answer about the new season. So this was more of a general one that we saw a few folks discussing. It's kind of maybe a more basic question, but I thought it'd be worth answering. So we have the Highlander and the Gladiator. What is it about the Highlander that makes him a hybrid specifically? And what is it about the Gladiator that makes it an assassin? People thought the Highlander would be a heavy just based on the way he looked and fought, and people thought maybe the Gladiator would be a hybrid by their look and feel.
Okay, so the main thing about the Highlander is big, he's slow. Yes, that's true. The main thing, he has stances, and he can't hold his stances. So he has that defense, that constant defense. And he has regular attack. So that makes him either a vanguard or actually a heavy character. But the fact that he has all that alternate states mechanic that makes him more deadly and that removes his defensive ability, that's for me more an assassin's trick. And so for me, that's the mix of his default stance and his alternate form that is more thought and giving more attack tools that for me makes him a hybrid character. So that's for the Highlander. It's not because he's a little bit so that he should be heavy. He has some elements of the heavy with the super armor and the defense on the light attack, but he also has that alternate stance that gives him more really deadly offensive tools. So that's why for us he's a hybrid. Whereas for the Gladiator, yeah, he's a big guy. That's true, but he moves fast.
He does.
And so in terms of design, that's not because he's big that he's necessarily not an assassin. And I don't like the fact that assassin needs to be skinny.
A little tiny, yeah.
Exactly. That's
Little
not
elf.
necessarily the thing. For me, felines, that's right.
Felines, yeah.
Felines are fucking assassins. Like lion or panther, they are fucking deadly. And
Nice.
they can be big, and they move fast, and they are muscular. And why I'm saying that, it's because that was the kind of concept behind the Gladiator.
The lion, as you mentioned, right
exactly.
here. Oh,
And so, and he's an assassin because, well, he doesn't have defense, he can't maintain his stance, he has a lot of options out of his dodges, he has the deflects, etc. So all of those elements are things that we give to assassins. But again, for us, this qualification, it's more like big, high-level terms, but each hero is actually different.
great. Okay, and this is what I can answer because I looked into it when I saw the question asked. Will there be a Season 2 Samurai Faction War Victor pack? We did a Viking victory pack after Season 1 because Vikings had won. Will there be a Samurai one for the store? So I asked our guys about that. We're not.
And we don't really like the samurai, so we are not doing well.
Yes, we have a known bias. No, turns out that that particular pack, people didn't really care too much about. It wasn't super popular. So the guys who do the packaging or the bundling, I guess is the word, they got a lot of cool new ideas that they're going to be working on. So they're moving away from that sort of bundle to other things, which we'll talk about when they come. But that's the answer there. Sorry. Why are some maps only for certain game modes? I think maybe that's about the Viking Village. It's not in Dominion.
So basically, when we're developing maps, we have a philosophy of we have two big genre of maps. We have what we call sanctuary maps, which are, for example, Citadel Gate, Sentinel, all the maps that you're able to play in Dominion. And those maps are designed primarily with Dominion in mind, so that's why usually those maps have that wide space to have the lane in the middle and this kind of stuff. And then we make some adjustments in those maps to make them work with other game, but it's primarily Dominion maps. And then we have what we call the Wastelands or Warzone maps,
Wasteland.
which are the Viking Village, Forest Canyon, all of the maps. And those maps are designed first for elimination and skirmish. So they have more circular type of flow with more narrow path going on all the directions. And they don't have that much the large space of the lane, and they don't have really the capture point design part of the map. It's more like arena design, the way we think about those Warzone map. It's really like a lot of arenas linked with interesting paths to create choke points and those kind of things. So that's why it's some map are thought for Dominion, and Dominion has a bunch of specific constraints with the lane and the capture points. And some map are thought more for arena and melee fighting and circular navigation, and those are more for elimination and skirmish
Cool.
stuff.
Speaking of maps, I saw Ox Evil Eye asking, did Sentinel get removed from Dominion? I haven't been able to play it today or yesterday, only on release. That's news to me, but that doesn't mean you're wrong. I'm going to look into it after the show and see if that's in fact true.
No, should not have been
It
removed.
definitely shouldn't have
Maybe because the front line moved, there
Less frequent,
we are
maybe?
missing some nodes where that map is placed. So we need to look on that. Maybe we have a small bug issue on
been. Yeah,
that.
I will
That
check it
should not
out
be
after the
case.
show.
Definitely not.
Cool. Another update. So one of the things people have definitely noticed since our release of Season 3, matchmaking, not as great. So yes, that is true. There has been a bit of an issue with matchmaking.
Yes, we are doing some kind of big work on our backend side, on the
Roman's doing a lot of
connectivity
work
and
on his
network.
backend.
Yes, exactly. No, the team, actually I don't do any work. I just talk and go to meeting. That's what I do. No, I definitely don't do that. No, but we have a team hard work on all those connectivity issues, and more that all the connectivity architecture, etc. And at the moment, there is some side effects of that work that shows into our matchmaking. I'm sorry about that. There is a fix that is coming soon on this one. Don't have an update yet, but it's definitely soon, and it's gonna fix it. So sorry about that.
Yeah, stay tuned on that. I mean, it's
That it's some work that we
coming
need
quite
to do for the future. So.
yes. We'll have more to say on that as we get closer to that being fixed. Speaking of that, tournaments are also still being worked on. So tournaments, we posted an update on Tuesday or on Monday saying the tournaments wouldn't be releasing with Season 3. So they are still working on that. The problem was a little deeper as they dug. So check back next week for an update here. We will have whatever the update is for you. Sorry, I know people are psyched about that. I'm psyched about, sorry, microphone. I'm psyched about that. We will get to it as soon as we possibly can. And what else is going on? I've mentioned this on the last couple of shows. I just want people to be aware. We're doing a PAX panel at PAX West, September 4th from Seattle. Roman will be there. Damien will be there. Bio will be there. It's at 2:30 p.m. on the 4th. That's a Monday. It's also going to be streamed live in case you can't be there in person. But if you are going to be there in person, please let us know. We want to meet up with For Honor fans and stuff while we're out there in Seattle. It's a cool opportunity for us, not just to do a panel with a live audience, but we want to see and talk to you guys in person. We haven't gotten a ton of chances to do that, and we want to do that. So please let us know if you're going to be around PAX. We'll organize a meetup, things like that, and we'll see you there.
If you want to come, have a beer, have a real life duel, whatever.
Don't do that. Don't duel with, he does martial arts. Okay, and last thing, because as you know, I'm constantly on the Reddit reading your feedback, suggestions, and questions. We had a good one this week that I wanted to address directly from user Titletown Relo. He asked, he's a Kensei guy, I guess. After decapitation execution, Kensei and Highlander's golf swing emotes should be able to send the severed head flying across the map if you line it up correctly.
So, actually, some of our animator and technical guys look at that and say, oh, that could be interesting.
Right.
What if we activated it? So, let's take a look at
It
it.
did a small test. Yes, so chops off the head. You'll see our animator goes to great length to line himself up.
As we can see, also there's
Perfectly.
the feedback of one of the cheat modes. Anyway.
Yes, so that's what it looks like when you cheat. Okay, he's lined up the head, Tiger Woods style.
It's nice. We could do that.
Turns out
Turns out we could do that. But the issue is,
that.
if we do that, there is some
Yeah.
slight side effects.
They find that side effects, turns out when you turn physics on a dead body, lots of things can happen. So let's see that. So take 2 here. This poor warden is just being destroyed for our pleasure. So let's line ourselves up. Try to tee this one off. Really takes his time with the lineup here. Gets set. Looks at his target. Oops! There goes an entire body across the map. So Yes, I know. That's hilarious. The reason we wanted to show that is just because it's funny. We're not making this
happen. It's a test that we make for
it's not happening.
Multiple reasons. We can't do that.
To be clear.
At the moment.
It's not happening, but it's very funny.
In the multiplayer maps. But that was fun. Maybe in the future we'll consider that kind of change, but it's much down the road.
So we thought you would enjoy that. Even if we can't put it in the game for you, we did have the animators put that together for Titletown Reload. And that is really it. We're going to go into community clips now. I don't know, Roman might have to run and do actual work today, but we have a ton of clips. So this is, again, we just want to have fun. It's the new season. So if you have a hamburger on the grill, don't feel bad about going to take it off the grill and eat it and leaving the show. We're going to do clips. So go eat your hamburger.
See you guys.
Thank you.
See you, buddy.
And we're going to go to our first one, actually, from our man Max. Our man Max, who runs the boards for the show, and that I yell at almost weekly. He put together this video actually before the season even launched, when we heard that there was a big barrel in the Viking Village map. So let's check it out.
See you guys.
Indiana Jones. What really sealed it for me was the Wilhelm scream, which Spielberg uses in every one of his movies. Okay, on to our next one. This is from Dinkeldorf on Reddit. Hey Conk. It's a video. This is how great friendships are formed. I'm going to find out in a couple. Oh yes, we're going to find out in a couple years that those two are best friends, or they got married or something. All right, Flukerson. Oh, this is actually Zero Crack. I got to meet his brother, Daith, at the Sorry, I'm not up on my Gaelic. At the Hero Series event. Zero Crack is a really great content creator. Does a lot of great For Honor videos. So he put this one together before the season launched, where he was trying to predict what emotes would be spammed by the Gladiator and the Highlander. So this is his video there.
Alright boys, what's the story? The Season 3 content's coming in and you're all excited about them new characters, ain't you? Well, let me tell you, there's bigger things afoot here, like the new emote spam. Have you thought about that now? That's where the pros are separated from them scrubby boys, you see. I'm gonna show you the method I use to predict them first. What I've done here is recreate the spam from the full emote and compare it. No hacks by it. Just counting the frames and reversing the end of the spam to create a close likeness. I like to call this the crack-proof method. So let's have a look now at each emote. I'll just let them play away for you guys. I know I have my favorite, that's going to be in the outro. And in the meantime, have a good one.
So you wanna be hardcore with your hat to the back, talking about the gats in your raps, but I can't feel that hardcore appeal like.
Well done, Zero Crack.
Okay, hey, how are you?
Luke Duchesne's here.
How are you?
I'm okay.
I was sitting upstairs at my desk, and I was not scheduled on that show, by the way. And I saw Roman was leaving, so I said, "Poor little puppy,
It's true, I was alone.
he'll be alone." And I know the last time, one of the last time I was in, it's been a while though, because no, 2 weeks ago. Last week I was live from LA on the beach. We actually shot 2 videos, one in the SL studio, one near the beach, and he chose the beach. And I was like, poor little puppy, he's alone, so I'm going to come and join him. And I like this part because I cannot read their name.
Yes, this is the best part.
So which one are we at now?
We're at number 4.
Number 4. Wanna be like Shugo from Multi-Mark Boy.
All right.
Now I'm the king of the swingers, oh, Jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering me. I wanna be a man cub, and stroll right into town, and be just like the other men. I'm tired of walking around. Oh, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you too. You say it's true. And it's like me. And like you and too. Oh, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you too. You say it's true. And it's like me. And like Now don't try to kid me, man cub. I made a deal with you. What I desire is man's red fire to make my dreams come true. Now give me the secret, man cub. Come on, clue me what to do. Give me the power of man's red flower so I can be like you. Oh. You say it's true. And it's like me.
Yes, the Shugoki. Daddy Luke's here.
The Shugoki Daddy Luke. Man, I would control myself not to insult you. You just call me a Shugoki. I know some requested a Shugoki cosplay from me, but not going to happen. I just found out we have 2 pages of those slips.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
I
them.
should have read the run of show when you sent it to me.
You should have waited to come down.
Yeah, like for the last 3 or 4.
Let's go down to the next one. That hipster turtle on Reddit. First time ever pulling off a double deflect.
Oh.
Zone C. Victory!
There, for you, for you. For the people who asked for it, you asked for it.
Yeah, exactly. So don't complain
We
now.
weren't going to do it.
You asked for it.
Yeah. Speaking of Pascal, who's the one who responded and said that this was
Fuck,
happening.
they were willing to?
So we mentioned a few weeks ago with our season 3 trailer, it was your first look at Pascal's face. If you could pick him out of that video, no one picked him out. And then Roman today, on his Instagram, right before this show, posted a very mysterious picture.
On Instagram?
Yeah, of Pascal over here in the corner with no lights on. So here's what I'm going to do.
In the dark where he belongs.
I want, if you want to take the time, draw a sketch of what you think Pascal looks like. And the best one, I'll give this hat to, because this hat is too tight for my head, and these don't exist anymore. So, the best Pascal sketch, whatever you think he looks like, I'll ship you a hat. So take some time
That's
to do
great. Okay, can we do like Can we do? Okay, we'll try. Okay, we need to do something funnier with that.
Okay.
So we'll try to do a contest or something when you vote. Actually,
Oh, sure.
yeah, we'll try to find a way.
We'll share them.
I
Yeah,
don't
maybe
know.
next week.
Yeah,
on the
maybe
show.
on the Reddit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do something great about that. Pascal, a man of mystery.
All right. What's our next one?
El Euphoria
Hell Euphoria.
against the odds number 12, a 2v1 night brawl.
Hell Euphoria. Great stuff. He's done a lot of those against the odds videos. That was the 12th one in his series. So check
Oh, that's
out.
why I saw number 12.
Yeah, he does a lot of
Damn,
them. We've
that's
shown a few
clever.
on the show too. Some of them are really good. And he actually has another video on our list here called "When the Cavalry Arrives," which is that great feeling when you're playing 4v4 and you feel like you're doing your best to stay alive by yourself, and then your teammates come and save you.
You captured Zone C.
So, Avik.
Yes.
During the videos, I have English lessons from Eric. Because sometimes your name are too complex for me. So I need an English teacher. So next one. XS Destiny on Reddit or Havoc.
Perfect.
Yeah! On YouTube. Edgy gladiator montage.
It was really well done.
Damn, I know
Yeah.
who can like beware of his job now.
Watch out, Max.
Watch out, Max. Those montages are pretty kick-ass.
Just so you know that the full video is online. It's 4.5 minutes, so we couldn't show the whole thing. So, but check it out. Havoc is amazing.
Havoc.
And what we did want to show you,
Havoc. Havoc.
He also did a Highlander one, so we'll check out part of that right now as well. Nice.
I don't know if he's watching right now.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious, like, because this is really artistic.
Yeah.
Like, and I see a bunch of very cool videos. But if you're watching Havoc, right now, how much time do you put in those videos?
Yeah, I'd like
I'm
to know
just
that
curious
too.
to find out, like, because it really impresses me when you do stuff like that.
Yep.
And no, it's seriously very impressive.
Yep.
Congrats.
Well done.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Page 2.
Yes. You want to do this one?
We have to tell
Oh,
them
I'll
that.
do this
No,
one,
do
you
this
do
one.
next.
I do the next one.
Death for All on Reddit. This is what I get for underestimating new players. Oh, this one's good.
Yeah, good for you.
This one's funny. Watch the orange gladiator.
That's good.
Well done.
Well done. Well done. Okay, the next one is personal. I take it personal.
Yep.
So name of the video is Who Said All Shinobis Run Away? By I Tackled Fat Kids.
I tackle fat kids.
What? Come on, Max, roll this one.
Enemy has claimed our partner!
So Havoc is in the chat we just saw.
Yeah.
He said it usually takes 1 or 2 days. When I start doing it, I don't stop until it's done.
I like the thinking.
Yeah.
Like, you don't stop until it's done. So
Very
that's
well
the-
done.
Yeah.
Pop in your YouTube channel in the chat if you're allowed to. I don't know if our chat allows links. If not, maybe Fred in the chat could drop it in.
Yeah.
People should check out those full
Yeah,
videos.
they're really good.
Cool. Okay. Oh, this guy, he's one of our Reddit mods, and he's always got good clips. This is Tiff92 with You Shall
Will
Not
not pass.
Well done, Tiff.
The bridge is on fire.
You defended that bridge.
Yeah, really nice done.
This is a fun one, too. You want to take it?
Yes, For Honor, the LC Invasion by Mashed on
Little
YouTube.
cartoon action here.
War had become our way of life. The battles were long and bloody, and often rather pedantic.
I see that you're still sporting the dual horn look. Just like, well, I don't know, no actual Viking ever. Silence! Your full plate is more comprehensive than what most kings could afford. Completely unrealistic.
Odin's eye hole! You're just another butthurt katana fanboy, crying 'cause his stubby stick shatters when it hits anything made in a real blast furnace.
It was then that they began noticing them.
You know, I bet the pattern on that tartan isn't even an official clan.
It looks like something from a tin of shortbreads.
Are you not entertained?
I thought it was the Retiarius gladiator that carried a trident. Unbelievable.
At first, though we were skeptical, we were keen to see what these newcomers had to offer.
Release the grunts!
But soon, the newcomers were everywhere.
Where is my mead and roasted hog?
Eventually, we were completely outnumbered. Old enemies now fought side by side, battling for a place in this new world.
We're sorry we questioned your beautiful tartan kilts.
I always thought your horns were great. Wonderful even. And I admit that Western longswords are in fact more durable than katanas. But still not as cool.
How can he do this? Just look at the wee buggers.
I think the same. Maybe we should give them a chance, no?
Aye. Silly horns and all. And so, the knights, Vikings, and samurai learned to accept the gladiators and Highlanders without making picky observations every 5 seconds, because that was no fun at all. And that was the real lesson. Got it? Ah, finished at last.
My brother, we have just heard that they're adding cyborgs and werewolves into the next DLC.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It looks like something from a tin of shortbreads.
Yes, shout out to Mashed for that badass cartoon. I wish that was like a weekly series.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That'd be awesome. What do we got now? Mr. Happy Sad Clown
He has a split personality or something.
on Reddit. He's got a GIF.
Ballista in a nutshell.
Thank you. I got lost. Yes, the ballista in action. Just side swipes. Oh boy. Great. All right. We'll take the next one.
Yeah. Down you go from, it's a GIF from Sadarok. Is that how you pronounce it?
I have no idea. Zadarok?
Zadarok? Zadarok? Anyway, Zadarok.
Yes. He goes to do the execute, and he's gone. He has fallen down the hole.
And damn, not there anymore. He's gone.
He's gone. Okay, this is our buddy Cypher.
Yes. Hey, Cypher.
He did an entire video focusing on bamboozle, which is a great word, and it's a great move on the gladiator in the game.
Nice job, Ari, on bamboozle.
Yes, our writer Ari has gotten a lot of love in the community this week. She does all the bot names, the move names. She loves memes. So Cypher did a video for the bamboozle. It made me laugh a lot. FYI, Cypher, we edited out a couple of your words. We replaced it. See if you can catch the ones we replaced for this. But let's check it out.
and I'm gonna knock him off with my bamboozle. Okay, watch this, watch this. Oh, I hope he doesn't like retaliate. Aw, man.
What? I counter guard broke? Clip that shit. Clip that shit.
How's it going? What's up, Mad Dag? It's pretty good, man.
Boom! Get out of here. Get bamboozled, punk.
There we go, there we go. You guys ready for the bamboozle?
Bamboozled! Rah!
This Orochi. I'm gonna bamboozle the Orochi.
Bamboozled!
Yo, ready for the bamboozling?
Oh, the bamboozle! Oh, bamboozled!
Done my class. Oh, you're dead, dude. You're dead.
Done my glass. Done my glass.
Hey, buddy. Bad idea to execute me.
Oh, I'll see you later! Rah!
That deflect, though.
Ah! Ah!
Nice job, Cypher.
Great meme work.
Bamboozle!
So good. I hope even when you're not streaming, you shout bamboozle every time you do
Yeah,
it.
and people on the street, you bump into them. Bamboozle! You did that to me on Saturday.
So good. Oh, this one made me super happy. This is not a thing I knew our bots could do. This is by Monguku. Did I just get emote spammed by a bot?
The enemy forward!
Victory.
Yeah, that's really good. Actually, I would challenge people also in their name to be as complex as possible to make our life miserable when we try to read them.
Yep. All right, we're down to our last one, Luke.
There can be only one, Pascal.
Yes.
There can be only one from Violock.
It's a gift.
It's a gift.
It's the Highlander's spear. Multiple spears rained down, killed all of his opponents in one go. Let's just watch it again.
Yeah, but they're all together.
Yeah, that's their mistake.
Gotta spread up, guys.
It's so satisfying. I appreciate that as I'm a huge fan of the movie Highlander, as I've said before.
We know. Fuck
I know,
no.
I know.
You
so using the
keep saying it.
Using the catchphrase.
Yeah,
All right.
like a share on their movie.
I wish.
Something like that.
I wish. I just want them to reboot it. Okay, that's our show for today. We have a couple of shout outs. First, I want to shout out our casters from the Hero series who were amazing. Matt Sohinki, Vivid Naz, and King Richard. They went so long. That was such a long day.
Yeah.
They somehow didn't lose their voices in the course of the day. I'm sure they did by Sunday.
Yeah, but there was a black market of tea and honey in the back room.
Yep.
But
injections straight into their
Exactly, they
throats.
were like straight shooting up tea and honey. But no, but seriously, and Matt, we knew he was good because he was there in May.
Yep.
But Vivid and King Richard, like it's their first time. They're rookies, and they come on a show like that, big set, makeup, all that stuff, and they managed like to go on and on and on. I was tired looking at them. No, it was seriously a very,
like a
very impressive
marathon.
guy. We congratulate you on Twitter the following day. I think the same night, and with a couple of back and forth ever since. But for me, it's a nice job.
Yeah, and thanks for the work you do in the community too. It's a really good combination of that. I also want to give a shout out. I meant to do this a couple weeks ago to Midian Kai. I wore your shirt on the stream the other day. I love the work that you do. He's an artist, and in fact, he created a logo for Sophie Face, one of our top players and
Wow.
big community personalities. So I don't know if Sophie's in the chat and wants to share that.
Who qualified herself for the Hero Series
That's
but
right.
couldn't come.
That's right.
So she's a very good player. I know
Yep.
she was on the chat earlier.
Yeah, so share your logo if you want. He did that. Midian Kai is a great artist. He's done a Raider and a Berserker so far. I hope he does more. But shout out there. And that is it for the show. As I mentioned, let's see some Pascal sketches. And we'll also...
Pascal is shaking his head like, shit, will they leave me alone at one point? People are actually asking us why we constantly pick on him.
It's the best. And Fred, if you want to hit the raffle, you can hit the raffle because we're done with the show. We'll be back next week.
Raffle.
So we'll see you in the battlefields. Later.